Welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be talking about the Parenthood, and I'm literally just gonna give a rundown about the show, what I thought. I actually really like the show because I feel like it was one of the most underrated 90s shows, along with In the House, because no one really talks about that show, and nobody really mentions it. I feel like most people when they talk about 90s shows, like 90s platforms shows, like sitcoms and stuff, they usually talk about like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I guess like everybody hates Chris, but at the same time, not really because like it's a known show, but no one ever makes videos about it, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I'll make a video about it someday. Anywho, what I really liked about Parenthood was because it was like one of those underrated like black sitcoms that literally talked about like issues and stuff like that that like teenagers and adults and everyone faces in their life while having like a realistic depiction of like a black family where it's like positive and there's no drugs, there's no cheating, there's no adultery, there's no side babies, there's no baby mama drama. Like they're married, they have their problems, their kids have like their school issues and their life issues and they have their life issues, but it's not like, you know, they're taking you to the streets and all that stuff and it's not like ghetto and it's not like it's like this cutesy, fun little 90s show. Like some people, fun fact, I always feel like some people don't like when Robert had like his daydreams, but I feel like I don't know what it is. I actually really like those daydreams. I thought that they were kind of like looking back at it, a little cheesy, but at the same time they were actually pretty entertaining. They were actually pretty fun, and it was very always plausible to the storyline. And stuck to the storyline, and it was just entertaining how funny it was. Like every time I had saw one of those daydreams, I was entertained by it. So now let's talk about the TV characters. So basically, number one, we had Zarya. I absolutely love the character. She was one of my favorites. I was not annoyed by her or anything. I just loved really liked the character. And then there was Wendell. I actually really like Wendell's character. He was pretty funny and it was actually really likable. It was like really entertaining. Then there was the mom's character. I didn't really mind her. And there was the dad's character. I didn't really mind him either. And there was Cece. She was like adorable. She was a little sassy, but that's alright. And then there was the little boy. I kind of felt like he was over dramatic sometimes, but sometimes like he's at an age where he's gonna be over dramatic. And yeah, and I felt like they talked about a lot of important um things in the show, such as sex, single motherhood, gangs, violence, drugs, um, just things like that. And I thought it was like very impactful and very like entertaining. At the same time, informational. As much information they could get because at the same time the show was shot in the 90s, so it's not like a Today Show where you're probably gonna get more updated information. Anywho, there's also that thing. Yeah. And then you also had like TK, and then you had like the other dude. Personally, I feel like it would have been more entertaining if TK and the older brother was on the show and they were like living in the same house because I feel like that would have been provided more opportunities for more storylines, more interactions. I feel like they would have had like a great relationship because because they just have those personalities where there's really not a lot of like arguments. Like they're not combative. They're just like they would just been like great friends. And one of the first things I'm talking about the show was like the episodes where there was like the debate of like stay-at-home moms and like working moms. Personally, I'm a person where like as a woman, I feel like you can choose which if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, stay at home. I want to be a housewife, be a housewife. You want to be a stay-at-home wife, be a stay-at-home wife. Do that. If you want to work, that's what work. If you want to work and balance family, work and balance family. It's all about choices. That's literally what it is. It's literally a choice. There's no debate of which makes you happier, which is better. It's just like whatever makes you happy. But I'm happy in the episode they came together and they finally understood. No one with no career was better than another. And they finally got an understanding of like she had dreams and all that stuff, but different time and she wants to become a singer, but she chose to stay with her family. She finally got an understanding of like what it felt for her mother and why her mother acted the way she did. And then they came back together and they finally got understanding and their relationship became better, which is kind of weird because then we never saw her again. Which is kind of weird, but whatever. But I really liked that episode. And then it was when they brought TK into the house. Personally, I would have never brought TK into my house because, like, literally, she was the prosecutor for them. But she felt bad and I wanted him in the house. Didn't even tell Robert, but after that, they talked about it and then they let him stay even after, like, he had, like, a whole incident. And then they were kind of like, you have to be softer with him because he didn't always have that love and all that stuff. And then he got better, but kind of looking back at it, I just feel like they should have never let him stay in the first place. And people have like these weird fanfics about like Zarya and TK getting together. And that's kind of weird because like they're siblings, like not biologically but legally they're siblings, which is weird. And that's just me. Sorry, so sorry. My nose. So itchy. What else am I gonna say about Parenthood? Um, what was going to say about Parenthood? And then there was like another character. I forgot what his name was, but he used to play like the best friend of like Flex on One on One. And then there was his character. I feel like his character wasn't a great addition because he didn't really have the chemistry. He didn't fit like how Wendell fit in the show. But that's just me, my opinion. And then like another thing, uh, this whole like single mother storyline. I just felt like she did not deserve the valedictorian thing because I feel like it wasn't the right representation, and I feel like they kind of were showing it like you can have it all and be a single mother, but it's like you can't really have it all because it's like very hard, it's very exhausting. You need resources, you need a lot of things to be a mother. Like having a child is not cheap, and having it is like not easy. And I'm very happy that her character, like the one that was paying like the money and stuff like that, understood that very well and stepped down. Because personally, it's not fair to the woman and the woman that went pregnant and stuff like that. That did the whole that could have done the whole valedictorian thing. And I'm happy that Zarya, took over instead. What else? Oh yeah, and then there was like the whole sex episode. I personally liked that episode because I felt like it was very raw and it was very real. And sure, they had his comedic moments when it came down to it. They just said like how sex is and all that stuff. I feel like it's better you have your child informed and safe instead of that than them going out and finding about it the hard way and something happens to them. Like they get an STD, they get an STI, they get pregnant. I'd rather that. And I feel like with a lot of 90s shows, their themes about it was always very straight to the point. Like they had their comedic moments, they had their cheesy moments, but they always made sure that it was straight to the point. Um, what else can I say about it? So I'm looking at my phone. Oh yeah, and then they had like those hood show, not hood shows, but it was like they had like these things where they would talk about like the hood and then like black stereotypes and stuff. So basically, there was one episode where there was a person who made killers in the hood, they said the N word and all that stuff. And they basically talked about the problem impact of using the N word, why people should not use it, and even though people are black and they use it and all that stuff. And yeah, basically like that. I personally don't use that one because I don't really like saying it, and I just don't think it's like necessary. And I feel like I'm personally like I just don't think it's the right thing to say, and I just don't think it's like the history behind it is so deep, and it's like just full of hatred stuff like that. I just don't believe in saying, it, and I feel like I'd be uncomfortable if someone said it. Like if I hear someone saying that, I just walk away because I don't believe in saying it. I just think it's wrong, and I just think it's like not right because it's like if you're gonna call yourself it, and then you're not gonna let other people call you it because you know the impact, you know how much it would hurt you as a black person, you know how much it would affect you as a black person. You have no business saying it. But that's just my opinion. Like you won't catch me saying the other word. That's just me. And then they were doing the romanticization of the hood for some reason because there was a person who made a movie about it and all that stuff. And he was like romanticizing the hood and was making it look good and stuff like that. Just to find out that said person who wrote the book never lived in the hood, went to a private school, went live in a good neighborhood, and went to a good live in a good house. And then I would agree with Robert on that for the part of like he lived in like the neighborhood and stuff like that. That was good, so he doesn't really understand the struggle. Versus Robert, who lived in a bad neighborhood and understood the struggle and wanted his kids out of that and didn't want his kids to live that life. So him not liking the movie and everything, and even though they were calling him a sellout, is very justified. I agree with his character. I'm a person where like I don't like watching movies about struggle. I don't want to participate in struggle of any type of sort. I don't believe in self hate. I just think that like I'm gonna watch a movie, I want something that's not gonna be like depressing and not gonna put you in a mood where it's kind of like and where they're prostitutes, single mothers, you know, poverty, sex. Like I don't want to watch a stereotypical movie. I don't want stereotypes in my life. I want negativity. I want positivity. I want happiness. I want, you know, like I don't want to sit there and watch movies like that. I feel like those are movies that promote those stereotypes and promotes like lack of accountability, lack of decisions, lack of fathers, lack of that. Like I don't want to watch stuff like that. I don't want to be around people like that. I want, stability. I want love. I want respect. I want accountability. I want, you know, I want good things, I don't want to sit here and watch those type of things or be around people like that or be around negativity or be around people who yell, curse. That's just not me. And that's what I really liked about the episode. Like, they were trying to, like, show you how bad those stereotypes could be and to, like, tell you not to romanticize the hood and not to be around people like that because their mindset is very, like, ghetto. It's very, and that's about it. I personally would rate The Parenthood an 8 out of 10 because I really like that show. I will literally go back to watching that show over and over again because that's just my show. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.